Here's a Puyallup School District quick tip, setting up a secondary gradebook. The following 3-minute video will walk you through the steps of setting your gradebook up at the beginning of the semester.
All of your courses are already loaded into Schoology for you and will be available close to the beginning of school, a week or so ahead of time. When you're ready to set up your gradebooks, click on Courses and choose one of the courses from the drop-down. You can check if the course is for first or second semester by scrolling down and looking at the grading period. This is a second semester class, so it says Term 2. It's fine to set up Term 1 and Term 2 at the beginning of the year, but you may want to start with just your Term 1 courses. When you're ready to set up the gradebook, click the words Grade Setup. Right now they're over on the left. Next year there may be a Tools drop-down up here at the top next to Resources where you'll find Grade Setup. You're going to begin by choosing your grading categories. To do that, click Add and type in what you want one of your category names to be. I'm going to call this category Formative. If you leave it on the default setting of total points, that means that a 5-point assignment will count less in a student's average than a 10-point or a 100-point assignment. If you change it to the other option, %, every assignment is weighted equally. That means that the 5-point assignment counts just as much as the 100-point assignment. Most teachers want total points. Don't use the drop lowest option until later in the semester, or your only score will get dropped early on, and that would be confusing. Hit Create. Now you can see I have a grading category called Formative. I'm going to add a second category, and create that one as well. Now that I have two, I can weight the categories. When you click the Weight Categories box, they both are weighted at 100%, so they each are half of the grade. I want my formative work to be only 25% of the grade, which means that I want my summative work to be 75%. Also, these little gray stars here say which one you want to be your default category. Since most of my assignments will be formative, I'm going to click that star, and that means Schoology will set everything to formative unless I tell it otherwise. Teachers cannot change the grading period. Those come over from eSchools. But you do want to make your final grade settings PSD approved. That way, the scores can pass over at IPR time. These other options are things some teachers like to add, but they're not really important right now. Don't hide the scores, though, because students should be able to see them. Once you've set your categories and weights and changed your final grade settings, you want to hit Save Changes. You have to scroll down to see that button, so don't forget this important step. Once that's set up, you can click Copy Settings up here on the right, and it will let you take those grade categories, and if you've created any grading scales or rubrics, also those, and copy them to any of the other courses in your dropdown. That means if you choose generic categories like formative and summative, you can set all of your gradebooks up this way. You do need to open every class and change the final grade settings. And if you've chosen to check any of these boxes, you're going to need to do that in each course too. But the categories you can just copy right over. Once your gradebook is set up, you're ready to go.